Hi everybody, it's me, 20-something Stitcher, and it's been a while. I don't think I've done many videos of this at all. To be honest, I think I did a video and then I just kind of gave up with it. I don't know why I gave up. I think it's just because I got busy with things. And I just really didn't find the time in my own home to, you know, sit down and do a video, because it gets very noisy in my house. I have an 8-year-old sister who's constantly running around the place, and I was trying to do a video while I was home for Christmas from university and couldn't because it got so noisy. So it's a new year in 2021 and the UK has just announced that we're going into another lockdown. Fun. So I was like, first day of lockdown, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just spend more time on my stitching as well as doing a little bit of my writing, which is mostly for university, but I do want to spend a little bit more time on some of my projects I have, because some of the projects I didn't take home for Christmas with me, so they've been neglected for 2 weeks, and I don't like that. So, doing the instructions again. My name is Dee, that's the name I usually go by, and don't get alarmed if the hair ever changes colour. This year we're going for blue, so my hair is blue. So yeah, my hair does change colour a lot. I think at the moment I'm aiming for every colour of the rainbow at this point, so we're blue this time. So, and I have to show you today my cross stitch pieces. I don't have any finishes. I don't want to show my finishes, and besides, one of my finishes is up on my wall right now. This is Stargazer from Mirabilia. I'll angle it. You can kind of see her there. She's up on my wall, and I don't want to bring her down and do her up close. Maybe later, a different video. But right now, she's up on my wall, and that's where she stays. And she's an absolute joy to look at every day. And I can see her when I'm sleeping. So that's where she is. She's completely framed up on my wall, and that's where she stays. For now, anyway. So that's the only Mirabilia finish I have at the moment, but I do have a bunch of Mirabilias that I'm working on that I want to show you, and a couple of patterns which I haven't started yet, but will be starting this year. So today's just going to be kind of like a whip parade to kind of start off my videos, and then we'll go into updates after this. I'm thinking I'm going to go, for now I'll go once a week, maybe once a week, but when my university starts, my university course doesn't start until the end of this month, which is about the 25th of January, I'd say, which, although it's going to be online, I've still got to attend. If it gets too busy, I might go to every other week, but we'll see how that goes. So we're going to go on with my whips, and I'm thinking I'm going to start off with my oldest whip that I have now, and then I have another piece which is an Aura Corbett piece. It's not Mirabilia, and then I've got my Mirabilias over here, which I will show you kind of like as a different category. So I will show you my oldest whip first, and I don't have a cover picture of this, but I will put up a picture up here as an insert so you can see what this piece looks like. And this piece was a Dimensions kit. There it is. This is the only full coverage piece I have, and I'm going to have a confession here. I don't like full coverage. I know there are lots of people that absolutely love it and think, you know, it's awesome, but I don't think it's for me. I started a Heaven and Earth design piece. I think it was it's Princess of the Sea, that was it. And I had all the threads, I had the fabric, I was absolutely ready to start it, and it's not calling to me as much as my Mirabilia, so I was like, if I really don't want to do this, I'm not going to start it. So that's where that's gone. I'm not doing full coverage. So, but since I'm like well into this one, I may as well just continue with it. So, but I don't work on this very often, although I would like to pull it out some more. So I'm thinking I might work on this for just a couple of days, a month. Haven't given it set time yet. So yeah, so that's all what I've got there. This is the start of the girl. I haven't started her yet, I've just got her hair. And then I've got the background here, and this is the tree, which I'm trying to work on to try and get this kind of like to here where this is, because this is all finished all the way down to around where the middle is. And then right now I'm just working on this. I'm kind of trying to choose a colour from the top and just work it down. So I'm thinking next time I pull this out, I'll work on this space here and try and fill this in, because there's actually a big blocks of colour there, so I have a feeling it'll just fill up fairly quickly. But yeah, all of this, if you can see it, it's all half stitches in with like 4 or 5 pieces of thread, which it can get very thick and can get really hard to pull through the holes. This is on 18 count Ada. I think it's ivory Ada, I think. But yeah, I'm kind of learned over the years that I'm not a full coverage person. I do just prefer women with big pretty dresses, I guess. But obviously I like this picture because there's obviously 2 girls on here. This is the first girl, and then there's another girl down here. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. It's my oldest piece. I've had this for a year now and I haven't done much with it. I might, like, because it's not really a piece that calls to me as much as opposed to the other pieces that I have going. And I think like I will just start with like maybe I'll give it a couple of days, a month, and see where I go with that before it's not really for anyone. It's not like a piece for anyone. It's not like for a gift or anything. It's just something I started because I thought the picture was cute, and it was a kit, and this was before I started kitting things up myself. So that's that. Okay, so that's Ballerina Dreams. Let me just put her back, and everything else from now on is all just from Laura Corbett. Mirabilia and Laura Corbett. It's just, I love her design so much. I think I have too much of her, but I don't care. So I like to stitch, and if you don't like my style of stitching, the fact that I absolutely love Mirabilia's, then go watch some other YouTuber. Go watch some other Flosstuber, but it's what I'm happy with. So I have here, this is the letter C Fairy from Laura Corbett, and I had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this. This is for my sister, and I had an immensely love-hate relationship with this. When I first got it, I was like, I want to do all of it. I want to do the background, I want to do the border, I want to do the pretty fairy, I want to do everything. I want to do everything. And then when I got to it, I did the border and I started on the background, and I don't want to do the background. It just seems like too many colours, although I absolutely love the variegation in the thread. So let me just pull her out. So here we are. So I've had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with her. I don't know if you can see because of the light. I've let some natural light in, maybe that will help it, so you can see it. I do apologise if you can hear the workers out there. They're just doing things. So here we are. So I'm now at the moment where I'm picking out all of the background, and then once I've done that, I'm going to be doing the back stitching, the cryonic in her wings, and then I can do the beading. So that's where I am with that. Once that's done, I'll just be happy when it's done, because I don't like the background, but I do like the border. I think the border is really nice. The border is really pretty. I just don't want to do the background anymore. So that's why I'm going with that. So that's that, and this is on 32 count water lily. with classic colourworks threads, which is what the pattern calls for, although I think it actually calls for crescent colours, but I think that's changed. They changed it to classic colourworks since then. Yeah, I've done 2 others of these. I did an A fairy and a J fairy for my mum and my cousin, and they both absolutely loved them. I like them as well. Like, they're really nice and small. If that's something you like, if you find that Mirabilia is just too big for you, get something from North Orbit before trying out Mirabilia. That's just my opinion. So we're on to like the next category of my Mirabilias, and I've gathered them all here. And I don't know what order I want to go in. I was thinking of going newest to oldest, but I also want to leave my seasonal queens till last because I can go into a really long ramble with them. So I think I'll start with my oldest piece and just pull it out. So this is Mother's Bliss for Mirabilia, and this is for my nan, because it's for many reasons. She moved house a few months ago, and she also retired a few months ago, and I thought it'd be cool for me to make it because she's a grandma, and when I was growing up, she was constantly looking after me when I was a baby, so that kind of makes sense. I know this is called Mother's Bliss, but you can interpret it any way you like. But yeah, I absolutely love the picture with the baby and the mother and just the way it's being held. And this has been a really quick one to stitch. I think I'm about here now. I'm literally just right at the bottom of her dress. You will see when I pull her out. So this is 32 count Antique Ivory by Zweigart. Here she is. And I told you I don't have much left to do. She's literally just her dress. So I started her in the middle so she was centered in the fabric, and I worked up so I could fully finish her face and the baby. I really wanted to see that finished, and then I worked down to do her dress. I did the back stitching on this already so I could see the edge of her apron, which is done in like 2 strands because the apron is not stitched. It's just, the apron's... Do you mind? The apron's not stitched, it's just fabric. And I absolutely love this fabric. It's a really nice, like, natural colour. It's really pretty. I absolutely love the ribbons. This was done in, like, so many blends. Interrupting. It's done in, like, so many blends. Like, with pinks and oranges. It looked really nice. I think it's really pretty. And then, so now I'm working on I've literally just got the blue left. I've done all the grey in the edge of the apron. All I've got left to do is the blue. So I decided I wanted to see the edge of the dress, so I just kind of worked around here with the lighter blue. And I want to see where it ends. So I'm kind of going backwards and forwards between the lightest blue and the darkest blue because they're literally the only 2 colours I have left, but there's so much of it, it's ridiculous. But it's been so easy to stitch. This has been really easy. I started this in July, still going at it, but I mean, I finished that in about 4 months. Yeah, started her in May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, she took me 4 months. So I started this one in July, August, September, October, November, December, and now it's January. I was hoping to finish her last year, but never got round to it. So she's kind of like a focus piece at the moment, so I can get her finished because she is a gift. And Sea Fairy should be a priority as well, but I'm thinking I might work on picking out the stitches maybe when I'm in class, because then there isn't much to focus on, literally just picking out stitches. So that's Mother's Bliss. That's where I'm heading with that. Just close this up. There we go. That's the oldest Mirabilia I have, and then I'm going to show you my most recent because I want to leave my seasonal queens for last, so I can talk about them. So I will show you my, this is the one I recently started, and this was one piece that I think I was really kind of like excited to sort of get. So this is Villa Mirabilia. I got this on eBay, not brand new. Yeah, I got this on eBay, and she was pretty much in immaculate condition. So, and now I've ruined it. I feel really bad. This is a pattern I was really happy to get because it's out of print. You can't get it anymore. I think you can find Mother's Bliss on 123 Stitch, but I got my version off eBay. But I think she was brand new when I got her. Yeah, the pattern's not in there, but I'm just here to show you the cover page. And she's absolutely beautiful. I wanted Villa Mirabilia for the colours in her dress. And I didn't know how big she was going to be. Like, when Sarah the Stitching Mummy, one of the Flosstubers I watched, said that she's a big girl, I honestly thought she was joking. She's massive. And I don't even keep her in the bag. This is where I just keep all the floss for her and her beads. But no, she is absolutely massive. I probably might need to just stand up just to show you. Just get her the right way. There you go. There we go. I'll just fold her down so you can kind of see. There she is. She really is massive. This is a fat half of the fabric. This isn't the called for fabric, but I couldn't find the fabric that it called for anywhere online, so I went for the one that I liked, which was this lovely cream colour. It's 32 count cream from Zweigart. So yeah, so I started her face because that's what I like to do with my Mirabilias. I like to completely finish their face back stitching. I don't do beads because I don't stitch in hand, but I do bead in hand. If anybody was wondering how I bead, I roll up the fabric kind of like how Sarah the Stitching Mummy does, and stitch it and bead by hand. It's just then 10 times easier. But yeah, I wait till the end because I don't cross stitch in hand. I use either a Q-snap or a hoop. I can't cross stitch by hand, but I can bead by hand. So yeah, so I started her face. So I finished her face. I do want to go back down and finish her skin because I kind of got bored of just doing skin and decided I'm going to work up along the bush that she's standing next to, and this is the start of the border. So it's that. So I'm going to work down and do her skin at some point, and we'll get to see that. You'll get to see that. And I might work just a little bit of colours on her dress. But yeah, that's where I am on her now. Maybe next time I pull her out, I want to continue working on the top half of her. Maybe go a little bit in her dress before I go back up and work a little bit on, do a little bit on the bush. I might just go backwards and forwards. And like, one time I'll pull her out and I'll work on the bush, the topiary, and then next time I pull her out, I'll go down and work on her dress. So that's where I am with her now. I would like to kind of work completely up to the top and see where the top is, but that's where we are with her now. And because she's so big, I do fold her up, but I don't keep her in the bag with all the floss because I like to at least keep her neat. So that's Villa Mirabilia. Let me just put my stuff to one side and out of the way. So I keep all my projects in a bag. Kind of like this nice little mesh thing going on, and I like to colour code them so I know. So I can literally just look at the top of so I can just look at the zip and say, that's Villa Mirabilia. So this bag was actually Stargazer's bag before she was finished. And then I started Villa Mirabilia in November, I think. And so she got the purple bag because some of the colours in her are purple. So that's Villa Mirabilia, and now I've got two more left to show you, and these two kind of go hand in hand because of what they are. I'm going to start with, not this one, I'll start with this one first because I started her first. So I wanted to do one of the seasonal queens from Mirabilia, but the one I really wanted to do is discontinued. But I always had my hopes up. I would go on eBay and maybe like put down a bid for one of them if I ever found them. And I found it one time. I found this queen only once on eBay, and I put a bid down for her for like 30 quid, £30, which is the UK currency. So I put down a bid of £30 and I was like, I'm not going to get her. She's probably really sought after. Everybody probably wants her. I got her. I was the only one that actually put at least a bid down for her, and I got her. And yes, she's a real Mirabilia. I don't think she's copied or anything. But yeah. So this is the one I really wanted, and that was Spring Queen. The other one I wanted to do was like Winter Queen, because I'm a winter baby. My birthday's next week, by the way. So I really so I wanted either her or Winter Queen. But since I picked up Spring Queen and I started her, I was like, you know what? It would be cool if I could do all 4 of them, but there is another one that's discontinued, which I will show you later. But right now we're on Spring Queen. So I started her in July, along with Mother's Bliss. And this is where I am at with her now. And she is so pretty. I absolutely love her colours and how they look under the sunlight. They are so pretty. So this is her. That's where I kind of am with her, at where I'm at with her now. I'm working on her flowers at the moment. Here. I'm trying to kind of colour complete in the flowers before I go down and continue working on her dress. So I love that I was able to finish her face. And I did do a little bit of beading in her hair. She's got a lot of beads in her hair. But she is my favourite out of the seasonal queens. I've got to say, I absolutely love her dress. And I love her ribbons and her flowers and just the coloured beads. She has a lot of beads and she's so pretty. But that's it. And I absolutely love her crown as well. I used the DMC light effects, and I know everybody hates them, and I got to say I vouch for that as well. I absolutely hate them, but it's what was called for, and I used it, and it's so pretty. So yeah, that's what I've got. That's what I've got with this. Those come loose. So that's her. I'm hoping to get like the top half of her finished, like the top half of like the page, and then going on to the bottom half. That's kind of like my goal for this year with her. I kind of do have some goals with all of these. Like, I don't really have anything for the Mirabilia. I think the only one thing I have with her for the goal for the Mirabilia at the moment for her is to get to the top, at the very least, like reach the top of that border. So that's Spring Queen. I'll keep her to one side now. And then I have in here the other queen that I was able to get, who is discontinued, Autumn Queen. And I got her from a lovely lady on Facebook because I made a post on a Mirabilia group that I was part of. There was a post on the Mirabilia site that's like, if anybody wants like a discontinued Mirabilia, comment on this post now, and you know, if people have it, they will then send it your way. So I just made a comment on this post saying I'm looking for Autumn Queen because she's one of the discontinued that I have. I was focused more on getting Spring Queen and Autumn Queen because they were the 2 that are discontinued, and I knew it would be a search to get them. So a lovely lady on Facebook sent her my way. I think I paid the same amount for her as I did for Spring Queen. So, and I love her colours. I think they're really nice, just saturated colours, and I think they're really pretty. So I got a good start on her. I haven't finished her face yet, so there's not much on her that I've started yet. So here we are. So here she is. That's what I've got. So I've got the skin here, and I plan to work up and do her face. So there isn't much to her, but she's somewhere, I guess. And she's on 32 count white linen, which is what she calls for, and Spring Queen is on 32 count antique white, which is a more off-white as opposed to this. So you can tell this is a little bit white. So that's Autumn Queen, and I'm really happy that I own just a few out of print Mirabilias. I think it's just amazing that I have these. So I then said to myself, once I've got the 2 out of print seasonal queens, at some point I want to have the other 2, winter and summer, and I put them on my Christmas list, but I didn't think anybody would get them for me, but someone did. So this is Winter Queen, which is still in print, so you can get her from you can still get her from a few places. And then I got Summer Queen, dropping them, and then I got Summer Queen to go with that. So these are 2. I've got their fabric on the way. I ordered their fabric. I know Winter Queen's going to be on white, like Autumn Queen, and plus because she's winter, snow, it's what's called for. And then for Summer Queen, she'll be on antique white, like Spring Queen. So my 2 warm queens, will be on antique white because the colour is a little bit warmer. I think it will go better with her. And then my 2 cold queens will be on white. I guess because then I think it will match them a little bit more. So yeah. So I plan to start these 2 this year. I do have a big set of DMC, and luckily most of the colours I need are called for these 2 queens. I do need to get some Whisper for both winter and autumn. I think I have like 1 bit of Whisper in here. Oh, here it is. I have 1 bit of Whisper, but I haven't used it yet. God, it's a mess. But yeah, it's really soft, but I have a feeling it'll be a pain to stitch with. So I plan on working on Autumn Queen today, because I've been neglecting her for 2 weeks, and I've not even on her face yet, and I so want to see her face. So I'm happy that I own all 4 patterns now, and I would love to have all 4 of them on the go. I know that's kind of like too much for some people, but if I can at least have Autumn Queen's face finished, and I have the fabric for one of my queens, I will probably start winter first, because I am a winter baby, so I think it makes sense to start winter next. I started Autumn Queen for Sarah the Stitching Mummy's birthday, because she was starting Garden Prelude, I think it is, and she already has Autumn Queen finished, and I said, and I was like, I want to start, and I was like, I will start Autumn Queen because she really likes Autumn Queen. Autumn Queen is her favourite, so I was like, it makes sense to start a Mirabilia on her birthday. So I started her on the 7th of September. I think it was the 7th, but yeah, it was started on her birthday. So I got a really good start with that. And so today she's going to get a little bit more love, and you'll be able to see her next week. So I really hope that the people that watch this like Mirabilias, because I can't get enough of them, and and like I said, I'm not a big fan of full coverage, and I know I probably could just keep going at it if I love them that much, but it just, they never appeal to me, and they don't seem to call to me as much as my Mirabilias do. I'm just too in love with my Mirabilias. I do want to, there are a few other artists I'd like to start. I would like to start a Teresa I would love a Teresa Wentzler pattern. I do like some of her patterns, like I like the dragons and the fantasy style that she has, and I like some Joan Elliott's. I've seen some Joan Elliott's around. I like Edwardian Lady. I think she's really pretty, but I wish there was more to her than her just kind of standing there, I guess. There was another lady that I like, which I think is called Shannon Wasserliffe. Shannon Christine Designs, something like that, who did Snow Queen, which was in a UK magazine, which I saw, and I was gonna buy it. I go down to this newsagent's shop to buy this magazine with her in, and I looked out. I missed the magazine. It was a Christmas special issue, and they reprinted her for Christmas, and I basically waltzed down. I was gonna get it, and I just looked out. Although I think it would be a piece I'd love to do. So that's kind of where I am with all of my pieces at the moment, and I hope you like them. Again, I just hope you like Mirabilias, because that's all my channel is going to be about, just Mirabilias and pretty ladies, and I'm not ashamed to say that I absolutely love my pretty ladies. They're just prettier than me. I think that's all for this video, and I will see you next week for an update. Bye!